Good morning. Welcome back. It's been a while, but I feel like I say that every video. I should probably just get more consistent at making these videos. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about my next big project. And I don't know if most people know, but I am a bird hunter. I have a Gordon setter, which is a pointing breed. But I'm also a pretty big outdoors person. I like being out there, I like exploring, but I also like driving, and that's where this comes in. This is my 2020 Tacoma SR5. So that's like just one step above the base. There's nothing fancy about this. And at the time when I got it, I wasn't sure if I wanted a small size truck or a full size truck. So I went with this. I was like, I'll give it a shot. I've had it for roughly 2 years now. And now I've finally decided that I know what I want to do with it. So generally when you build out these trucks, you kind of want to have like an end goal in mind so that you are building towards a purpose. You're not just buying parts willy-nilly and throwing it on there, because that becomes very expensive. You don't know what you want, and then you end up having to buy similar parts multiple times to get to the point where it works for what you want. Well, I have determined that I want this to be my camping, road trip, and hunting vehicle. So in that mind, I don't want to overly load it down with a ton of weight, but at the same time, I want it to be fully loaded in a sense where if I decide I want to go camping at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, it takes all of an hour's worth of prep to get some food, some clothing, I don't know, some beer, put it in the truck, and everything else is there to go. Secondly, when I take it hunting, I want it to have enough ground clearance to get me to the areas that I want to go, has enough protection where I'm not going to be out there stranded, and I can camp, store my guns and ammo safely, as well as have all of the equipment, gear, whatever you want to call it, products to protect myself. I mean, we are out in wild territory. We're bound to run into trees, barbed wire fences, all this little grass crap. There's bound to be snakes, skunks. I mean, birds themselves can be pretty, say, mean, aggressive. So I want to have first aid kits. I'm not saying I'm going to be like a level 1 trauma center, but enough to get me patched up, get my dogs patched up, and get us back to civilization where we can get help. So with that said, I have planned out all of the modifications that I want, and I think they totaled about 10 grand. So this is not gonna be one of those snap my fingers and look, it's done kind of things. I'm gonna build it myself. I'm gonna order these parts as I can afford them and as I need them. That being said, I have already gotten a cold air intake. It's not really for anything other than most of the area that I'm in is like this. And so I want a better air filter on it to keep a lot of that dust out of the air and clean it more efficiently. But then secondly, also, I just want the air to be colder because I'm going to be putting a lot of weight on this. Colder air is more dense, makes the engine slightly more efficient, like all of 10 horsepower, not a ton. But hey, it's like a $100 add-on, super cheap thing to install. So I was like, yeah, we'll do it. I'm also going to get an exhaust. Now, that one's probably a little bit for vanity, let's be real. I'm a bit of a car guy, I want it to sound good. But at the same time, if you're gonna allow the engine to breathe better on the intake, you should allow it to breathe better on the outtake. The next thing I got is this system called Decked. It's a drawer system for your bed. And so you won't be able to see it from the outside, but essentially, my bed will be about this deep all the way across, and there will be 2 drawers that will pull out the end of it. That allows me to put storage in there, locked up, and I can have it in there all of the time. So I don't have to always take my camping gear out, put my other gear in. I can dedicate one drawer to all of my camping stuff, the other one's all of my hunting stuff, and I'm good to go. The next thing that I'm gonna get is a bed rack. So that's a piece of equipment that sits on the top of the bed, and it essentially just gives you things to hang things on as well as attach to. So once the bed rack's on there, on top of it, you will put, I will put a rooftop tent. That'll help with both camping, road tripping, but also hunting. Sometimes you're out in the middle of nowhere, and rather than driving back to a motel, you just want to camp. The caveat to that is not everywhere lets you camp where there's hunting access. So that's a little iffy, but it serves enough of a dual purpose that it's worth it. Now, I haven't purchased that yet. I don't know what I want. There's hard tops, there's soft tops. There's a lot of different things. So I'm still working that through it. I'm probably gonna film a video of me talking through the different things and working through my decision-making process. The next thing I'm gonna do is remove these, I don't even know what you call them, like footboards. Oh, I guess you can't even see them on this side, really. I'll come around to the other side. So right here, you can see them. These came with the model. When I went to the dealership, I just told them that I just kind of wanted the basic one, but I wanted to make sure that I had that full double cab, because this is my daily driver for the moment. And these are a big seller for Toyota, but honestly, they're just a gimmick. They're just looks. There's nothing practical about them. They hang too low. They're too wide. I don't know. I think it's on the other side, but one of them has a dent already, and I haven't even taken this like really off-roading. So clearly they're just not built strongly. Oh, right here, as you can see, here's the dent. So I'm gonna take those off, and I'm gonna get actual purpose-built rock sliders, as they're called. They sit much closer to the base of the car so that you have higher ground clearance, but they actually are strong enough to support the full weight of the vehicle. So that way, if you were out there rock crawling, off-roading, and your car bottomed out and you hit that, they would take the full brunt of that force, and the car would rest on it and not bend them, rather than damaging your car, because that's like right where your doors are. So you don't really want to damage that section. The next thing I'm gonna get is a slim bumper. So I'm not gonna go with that big, beefy, rock crawling bumper. I'm gonna do a kind of more moderate one. Eventually I'll put a winch in it, but not at the start. I won't be doing that kind of stuff with it, but it's always good to have recovery equipment. The next thing is I'm gonna replace these headlights. The headlights that come with it meet all of the safety certifications you need for, you know, the road, NHTSA, National Highway Transport Security, I don't know. Anyway, but they suck. They're not great. The low beams are awful. There's no real daylight running lights. There's no, like, the highs are all right. Anyway, I'm gonna get upgraded one of those. Then finally, I'm going to get upgraded wheels and suspension. So the wheels that I've got are really good for the highway, but they're not great for off-roading. And so they get decent gas mileage right now, which is fine, but you really want to take them off-road, and let's be honest, I just want it to look better. I want cooler wheels. The other part of this is I'm probably eventually gonna wrap this whole thing, because white shows all of the dirt. Luckily, it's not showing too much dirt right now, so bad time to shoot this. Well, anyway, so I just want to do a quick video, quick walk around of my truck. Pretty basic right now, but I do already have the cold air intake at my house, and I have the drawer system and the bed rack on order. The drawer bed system should get here, I don't know, in a couple days, and then there was like a 6 to 8 week lead time on the bed rack because they're manufactured as they're ordered. So that one will be here in 5 to 7 weeks now. I know, I only ordered a week ago. But anyway, I will probably include the install of the first 2 items within this video just to make it more exciting than just a quick walk around. And then as I build out other things and go on more adventures, I will bring you guys along. But I kind of wanted to give this channel a bit of a direction. I know I've been doing like a bunch of house tour videos, which is cool. It is a big adventure in life. But if I were to ask you, define adventure for me, that's not what you're gonna say. So look forward to more adventures with the truck, more camping adventures, more hiking. And later this fall, if I can figure out a way to go hunting with a camera safely, I will absolutely include those. But when you're dealing with the outdoors, I need to keep my dog in check, pay attention to what he's doing, as well as carrying a gun. You are literally out there with a gun. It's just not always the safest. So maybe I'll put a chest strap on, maybe I'll get like one of those bite mounts so I can bite into it as I'm doing it. I'm trying to convince a couple other friends to go in the field with me, so maybe we can get some content like that, but I will build that out as time goes on. I just need to figure out the safe way to go about it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, but I will gotta drive, you know, back to my house. Unfortunately, all of this land is not mine. It's a state wildlife area, but we are looking into land. I know I just bought a house, but we're looking into land. Anyway, I will see you back in my house with the hood open. Kinky, I know. Anyway, see you then. All right, so once the engine cools off, we will do the cold air intake, but first we're gonna read through the instructions of the deck system, get it all laid out here, make sure we know everything, and see if I can accomplish it. On the, wow, I'm blurry. Sorry about that. On the couple videos that I've watched where people install these themselves, they generally recommend that you have multiple people, but I am here alone, well, unless you count Tucker. But we'll try to make it work. If not, I'll always just postpone and then wait for either my roommate or one of my friends to come over and help me finish the install. But I can at least start, right? Being all about being independent and getting stuff done. Gotta wash my mouth, it is YouTube after all. So we're gonna get the parts all laid out here, and then we'll get it installed in the bed of the truck. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, that is everything for the deck system. There's a lot there, but it goes together pretty quickly from what I've seen. I'll probably just do some sort of like highlights of the different parts of the build and then a quick overview when it's done. I'm guessing the vast majority of the people watching this aren't really interested in the install. They're just interested in the product and then the aftermath of all of it being put together. But me being a builder, I think this is kind of fun. So this is interesting to me. I just wish that it wasn't, you know, 94 degrees out right now, because as you can see, my face is flush with color. I mean, I'm hoping it looks good and it doesn't look over the top, but I'm colorblind, so I don't really see that a whole lot. Anyway, enough jib-jabbing. I'll see you if there's something interesting that I want to point out. Otherwise, I will see you when it's all said and done. Wish me luck. So what's crazy is they make you like pre-assemble it on the ground before you actually put it in the truck bed. So here I am, I've got the center of it done, and then these two edge pieces, and then I'm going to put the top on it before I even put it in the truck. Well, here we go.
Caution, content's hot. You got to give.
All right. I don't know if that was as cool to you as it was to me, but this system is pretty ingenious. All right, now I need to tighten some bolts. See you in a little bit. Misplaced the bag of bolts.
Caution, contents hot. Caution, contents hot.
And just like that, it all comes apart. I don't know, it's just to align some things. All right, and there you have it. The first of many modifications that I'm making to this bad boy. Tried not to make it too boring or too exciting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Now that I've got some more gear in there, it sounds awesome, and off to the next adventure. Catch you on the next one.